when that idea, when that, hey, I had this great thing, this was going to be a success, and it fails. How do you, you know, how as an entrepreneur, how do you get through that? How do you fight through that? How do you fight on to the next thing?
I mean, I think you need to find small successes where you can. And so even if the business failed, did you get a product launched that worked? Did someone send you a note about your about page, or someone send you like, I mean, really, I'm like serious. Like when I was at Simply Hired, I spent one night till like 3 or 4 in the morning writing this awesome about page. Like who the fuck cares about an about page, right? And yet, a couple people noticed it, and the CEO was like, "Wow, actually, we've been getting a lot of comments about that." Sounds kind of stupid, but it was like, okay, that was it. That was something we did. We had a problem with error messages where there were a lot of job search. Simply Hired as a job search engine, and when we were initially building it, we had a lot of blank results for certain parts of the country or certain types of jobs. We're like, wow, that's gonna suck. So we came up with like funny error messages, right? It's sort of like dumb, but you're like, well, we know we're not gonna have results in those areas, so let's be creative about the conversation. And
Yeah.
it's interesting, like small things like that I do take pride in that. That was like one of the things that I felt like we created a voice for that particular product that felt different from other things. There were some things that I did at PayPal that were sort of interesting and notable. I mean, there's one email campaign that I actually changed that got like a 20% increase in lift or something. I'm pretty sure that made like $50 or $100 million for the company. I was like, great. So if I fuck up the rest of the time here, at least I earned my stock
paid for
options,
yourself.
Right? It's like, okay, I wasn't a complete asshole. So small victories where you can find them. But you kind of have to be thinking about entrepreneurship is not overnight. I think the story is told as if like successes happen overnight. Yeah, Facebook's huge, but Facebook took 7-10 years to kind of get where it's at. Most businesses of any scale do take at least 3 to 5 years. There's a few exceptions to that. So I mean, I think if there is a whether you believe Malcolm Gladwell's sort of 10,000 hours or whether there's some other mastery component, I think there's probably at least 3 to 5 years of intense sort of entrepreneurial experience before you even get the framework. And maybe in certain
Really
situations that can be compressed, but probably I would say operational experience in an area for 3 to 5 years, and then entrepreneurial experience for 3 to 5 years, and then maybe you have a real shot at it.
Yeah. Do you take that into account as you're looking at these companies you're hiring in terms of the
We don't fund a lot
entrepreneurs?
of folks out of college. We do it occasionally, but
Yeah.
I generally think that most people should probably get 5 years work experience before they jump into being an entrepreneur. There's a couple of people that I think are exceptions to that. I mean, I think it's good for them. It's just not necessarily good for the investor.
It's like an expensive career fair. That's what Ann Co called it.
Well, I mean, given the chance to start a company or get an MBA, I'd probably say start a company. You probably learn more. Probably cost you less.